Okay, kindness is hard. There's two different viewpoints that I've seen. More one than the other, but we'll get to that. I've seen that it should be all justice and no mercy. And I've seen that there's more, and I've seen a viewpoint of there's more to the picture than, you know what, forget it. George Floyd. George Floyd. How is there any confusion here? Why do I go on Facebook and Twitter and have to hear? I am the last person who would understand the bigger picture. Trust me, I've never been good at big picture things. It's part of my problem in life now. But the video is so. And yet, people still want to color the images in their own viewpoints, and I just don't see how you can't see the truth for what it is. Now, before we go too far down that road, someone pointed out to me that they heard someone, I don't remember names, I'm never good with names, was a preacher was saying that their hearts, to the officers' hearts, should be turned to Jesus, and that they should, that conversation should be had too. And of course, I don't see too much of that on my feed, and I'm thankful, very thankful, and thankful especially in times like this one to have social media outlet connections with friends, those I've met, those I haven't, that see things from different perspectives and come from different backgrounds. Mine blinds me to a lot. It shows me a lot that others don't see based on things that are not even relevant to the conversation at hand, and then it blinds me to things like those that are. Literally. Both things are true. Both things are true. They should be charged. Maybe by the time this video is up, they will be. It doesn't look super promising, but there should be consequences for their actions. There's undeniable proof. That's the standard. Is it true? Yes. Okay. Racism is bad. I don't know why this is a conversation we should be having now. And police brutality of any kind is bad. I don't know how that's a conversation people are still having about this. And it's just the third or fourth one that's been talked about in the last 2 weeks. I do not run in circles with people who deal with this on a daily basis. I've built friendships with those who have, and I just thank the good Lord that He brought me out of a mindset of being in an echo chamber to experiencing other mindsets. Everyone should have friends that are outside of their comfort zone, outside of the demographic in which they grew up in, whether it's class, whether it's race, whether it's whatever, whether it's even country or state. This world is way too interconnected for you not to have those YouTube channels to watch or Twitter accounts to follow or something where you can see and just interact with. I mean, even Twitch, to some extent, I'm sure. There's too much out there for us to all be in echo chambers, and this especially. At the same time, the rudimentary thing is this is not only is this wrong, this is evil. I don't know how that's. I don't think there's too many people arguing that is not true. But I do believe that gets forgotten with all the other rhetoric and talk and all the other things. And this is one of the reasons that brings me, I don't know, comfort, but maybe, I can't word it because it doesn't make sense to me either. But believing in being who provides ultimate forgiveness to those who accept it and ultimate judgment to those who don't, provides both sides of the same coin to anyone. You can be a murderer who accepts them on your deathbed and go to heaven, or you can grow up in church and turn into some just extremely wicked person and you get your justice too. And so yes, the pastor, the preacher, whoever it was, is right. They need Jesus. Those officers, as wrong and as wicked as what they did, and perhaps previous actions of one of them, there's a lot of stuff out there that needs justice here with our justice system, with the laws that are already on the books. There's just little denying that there was wrongdoing. At the same time, they need and deserve, same as anyone else, the forgiveness of the Lord. And that balance is hard to balance both of those, because there are those who want to focus so much on the fact that God can forgive them too, that they forget the fact that He allows us to experience consequences of our actions here. I mean, you don't have to break a law to figure that out. And then there's those who want to see you angry and bitter and angry and just at the actions, that they don't see that there's an even bigger picture. Everyone. This is what's amazing. This is what's so amazing about His grace. Everyone is worthy equally, because none of us, in and of ourselves, no matter what position we hold, no matter what lifestyle we grew up in, or whatever, none of us are worth it on our own. And all of us have an equal opportunity to accept it. Because it all comes from the same source. Jesus and Him alone can provide salvation. So it is possible to both pray and seek justice, and also pray that they find Him before they don't have that option for themselves. What a story that would be. What especially, I mean, the microscope is on them today. It was on them yesterday. It'll be on them for the short future until something else takes its place, as something else always does in the 24/7 cycle we have. But right now, it's there. They deserve to be punished for what they did. No question. But what a story it could also be if they saw the Lord through this. Maybe not immediately, but what a story it would be. And I really just needed to talk about this because I felt like I needed to say something. I know at this point it's probably just another video to some of you, but say His name. Don't believe everything you hear. Be loving. even to those you disagree with. Hear their stories. Your story isn't the only story. Just like mine isn't, even what I know and don't know. Compassion is so vital. Especially in times like this one. We're all stuck. Some of us are gradually being unstuck, but we're generally still just uncertainty everywhere. So of course people are gravitating to what they know, and what they seem to know is tribalism, but compassion is worth so much more. Will you argue, and will you disagree, and will you not always immediately understand? Of course, we're all human. But please, Micah 6:8 says to seek justice, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly. All of those things at the same time. When it's possible, then it's possible to seek that now. God is in control. It doesn't make sense. It's hard to see. It's hard to feel. It's even hard to hear. But He is. And just be loving. Love one another. Understand, regardless of what side of, what angle, what perspective you come to these kind of issues on, that there's going to be, we're never all going to agree on everything, but can we at least agree that the common decency that everyone deserves compassion? God grants all of us mercy and grace and love. Even those who don't seek Him, even those who reject Him. And if we who believe in Him aren't reflecting that, then what are we doing? There are people hurting. This is either going to turn them closer to Him or farther away from Him. Those are the only two choices. May God help us all. Because at this point only, He really, really can. But you know what you can do. You can do more than you think. Be there. Show compassion. Listen more. And don't be so quick to tweet or post your opinion. Because trust me, you'll forget it. You'll forget it. And it will stay, but it will have not been worth it. Listen more. Love more. And I'll see you next time.